tutti i giocatori. A breve inizierà la conferenza stampa. Avete solo 1 minuto per prendere posto, altrimenti le guardie dovranno intervenire.
Welcome, players. The press conference will begin shortly. You have just 1 minute to take your seats. Otherwise, the guards will have to intervene.
Hi, hello everybody. Welcome everybody. We are finally here. My name is Emanuele, and I'm going to be your host today. Thanks everybody for being there, all the fans, all the journalists, and all the people connected all over the world. We are finally here. Netflix mega hit series Squid Game, a show that remains Netflix's most popular series for more than 3 years, is set to make a triumphant return with this next season, coming on Netflix December the 26th. Let me thank Netflix for the work that we have done together in these past months, and for this extraordinary gift. Today, we will host a full series of events. So, about this, let me share with you guys an important note for all the fans that arrived in Lucca today. Please remember that shortly after this press conference, after this meeting, at around 3 p.m., 3:15, we will meet everybody in San Michele Square, in Piazza San Michele, for the official fan gathering and cosplaying gathering of Squid Game. So, we, together with Netflix friend, we prepared some fun surprises, I suppose, but you will tell me after. But, wow. Let's get straight to the point. So, tell me, Luca, are you ready to start the game? Sorry. I can't really listen to you. Please, Luca, are you ready to start the game? Okay, this is Luca, ladies and gentlemen. Communities of Luca Comics and Games, today is a glorious day for our festival. Here we are to host and welcome those who brought to life Squid Game. Today, with us, the creator, writer, and director of the series, Wang Dong-kyu. And the protagonist of the series, Lee Jan-chae and Wee Ah-chun. Please, here we are, our beloved guest. Please. Okay, here we are ready for the hero shot. Okay, so please come here. Okay, so Luca, are you ready for the hero shot?
Okay,
Closer. Are you ready? So guys, you can stand up and cheer. Okay. Please, here.
Okay. Attention.
Okay. Luca, stand up. And at my 3, keep going, okay? So, Luca.
Okay, you ready?
1, 2, 3. Okay, now. Okay. Different scheme, different position. Are you ready for the game? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Luca, keep going, Luca. Luca, keep going. More, Luca, keep going. Oh, this is Luca. Okay. Thank you, everybody. So please, Director Wang, JJ, and Mr. Wee. Okay. So let me introduce our translator, Lady Hailey Chang, Minji Son, and Veronica Montalto. Thanks for being here, helping with us. Okay. Thank you very much. So, welcome to Luca again, everybody. The moment has finally come. Director Wang, since we announced your arrival in June, okay, there has been an incredible hype. So, let's discover more about what we should expect from this new season, this new Squid Game season. So, I would like to start with a question for the creator, writer, and director, Mr. Wang. So, about 3 years ago, the world of Squid Games that you imagined and you created arrived on Netflix, becoming immediately a true global phenomenon. So, did you ever expect such a reception for audiences all around the world? And even looking ahead, what are the main news, the main novelties for the fans that we will be able to discover in the second season coming on next December?
사실 뭐 어떤 창작자든 자기가 무슨 작품을 만들 때는 당연히 큰 성공을 바라고 작품을 만들 텐데요. 그렇다고 하지만 이 정도로 정말 전 세계의 많은 분들이 이렇게 스퀴드 게임을 사랑해 주시고 호응해 주실지는 진짜 예상을 못했던 일이었고요. 그래서 만든 사람으로서 약간 꿈인지 생신지 약간 놀랄 정도로 약간 초현실적인 그런 경험이었던 것 같습니다. 시즌 2가 이제 곧 12월에 공개될 예정인데요. 시즌 1과 가장 큰 차이점은 시즌 1이 456번 성기훈의 첫 번째 게임에 참가한 성기훈이 그곳에서 어떻게 살아남고 우승자가 되어서 그곳을 나오는가에 관한 이야기였다면 시즌 2는 그 시즌 1의 성기훈이 그 게임에서 얻었던 많은 기억과 경험을 바탕으로 어떤 새로운 깨달음 같은 것을 얻고 이 불공정한 게임을 있어서는 안 될 게임을 끝내기 위해서 다시 게임에 들어가는 그런 이야기가 시즌 2에서 펼쳐질 예정입니다.
I think it goes for any creator that when you are making something, you wish for it to be a successful project. However, never to this extent where the entire world responded with such passion and love for the series Squid Game. I had not expected that to happen. And as a creator, sometimes I would pinch myself thinking, is this a dream or is this reality? So it was truly a surreal experience. Soon in December, season 2 will launch. And I would say the biggest difference between the two seasons is if season 1 was about the story of Song Gi-hun, or player number 456, entering Squid Game for the first time and about how he survives and leaves the game as a winner, season 2 is going to be that Ki-hun, based with his memories of the first game and the experiences going through a new realization and an awakening and returning once again to the game in order to stop this unjust game.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I would like to share an applause with our beloved guest. And this is a very interesting point that brings me immediately to ask a question to JJ, because, of course, player 456 is very central in the plot, but, the new plot is wider. So, JJ, your player, the player 456, has become a symbol for many people. And it's a very iconic and recognizable role. So, in the very first images of the new season, we saw him with red hair, while in the last teaser, Player 456 is in the most unexpected place. So, how was it? How was to return to play Gi-hung? And JJ, can you tell us something more about where and how we will find your character in this second season?
네, 시즌 1때 질문을 가장 많이 받은 것 중에 하나가 빨간 머리의 의미가 뭐냐라는 질문을 가장 많이 받았었는데요. 사실 촬영할 때 그 빨간 머리를 왜 빨간 머리로 설정했나요라고 감독님한테 물어보지를 않았어요. 왜냐하면 그냥 저는 그게 되게 자연스러웠거든요. 왜냐하면 그냥 모르겠어요. 제가 생각하는 게 맞는지는 모르겠지만은 마치 엄청난 어떤 그런 상황을 겪고 나서 새로운 삶을 살아가기 위해서 빨간 머리로 잠깐이나마 용기를 내서 염색을 한 게 성기훈이가 새로 사는 데에 대한 용기의 시작이 아닐까, 그냥 그 정도로만 생각했었는데 감독님도 이후에 좀 비슷하게 말씀하신 것 같아서 뭐 생각이 맞는 건가요?
The red hair of Song Gi-hyun at the end of season 1, I got it from like my favorite comic book, the Slam Dunk.
Oh, wow! No,
The main character of Slam Dunk, I only know his Korean name, Kang Baek-ho. I don't know the Japanese name, but he has the red hair, so I got the idea from that character. That's the symbol of he's not normal anymore. He's not ordinary man anymore. After he's been through those like cruel games and experience, like he lost a lot of friends and people. So he's trying to be back to normal life, but he cannot. So that red hair is like a symbol of his abnormal. So that's why I put red hair on him.
it's incredible, but yes, please.
Yes, so to interpret JJ's comment, in season 1, I got many questions asked about what does it mean, what does your red hair mean? And in fact, when I was shooting season 1, I don't think I've ever asked the director, hey, what is the meaning behind the red hair? Because I think to me, it came very naturally. I thought that, and I don't know if this is correct, but I believe that after going through such a tremendous experience, in order for Ki-hoon to be able to live a new life, I thought that dyeing his hair red was sort of the beginning of his new summoned courage. And so that's how I interpreted the character and the red hair. And I think later on I realized that the director had a similar idea.
Oh, so thank you, and it's a very interesting idea. So just from the red hair, there is a lot to imagine, a lot to understand. But honestly, Mr. Wang, you gave to our audience such a big gift here in Italy, but as I suppose from all over the world, Slam Dunk, it's a great it's a great manga that everybody loves here, and it's great. It's a great connection between you and our festival and our community. So thank you very much. I would like to share with you something more about comics influence, but maybe later, because right now, of course, we are understanding that the next season is going to be to have a bigger plot, so involving some more stories. So, Mr. Wee, your character Jun-ho had to face so many twists and turns, literally until the end during the first season. So, of course, we are wondering what we should expect in this second season instead about your character.
우선 그 죽음의 문턱 앞에서 살아 돌아온 준호가 시즌 2에서 형을 찾기 위해 또 이 잔인한 살인 게임의 집단을 찾고 멈추기 위해 어떻게 달려 나가는지 기대해 주시면 좋겠고요. 그 과정 속에서 보이는 준호의 집념, 냉철함, 카리스마를 기대해 주시면 좋겠습니다.
First of all, I hope that all of you will be looking forward to seeing the story of Juno unfold, where he quite literally turned away from the gates of death, and in order to find his brother and to chase those cruel ones behind the game and to put an end to this unjust, brutal game, what kind of things he will go through, how determined you will find him, and his charisma along the way. I hope all of you look forward to watching that.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Wee. Thank you. Honestly, so many plot twists, and so Mr. Wee character, it's one of the most interesting and bringing the plot ahead and opening to new future plot twist. So, Director Wang, can I ask you something more? It's something that we ask always when we have such a great writer or artist or creator. So it's something, in some way you already told us that you are connected with comics world and manga, but I want to tell you something. There is in this second season or in general any reference or inspiration from Italy. It's something that when a big creator as you is here, we love to ask in some way.
Surprisingly, I use the two Italian song for second season.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And more surprisingly, one of the two songs is by Puccini.
Oh, wow.
And that's the most famous opera aria in Korea, maybe in the world, Nelson
Yes.
Dorma.
Yes.
I used that song in the first episode of the second season.
The first episode, by the way, wow.
Also, another Italian song called "Time to Say Goodbye,"
Oh, wow.
Andrea Bocelli.
Oh, wow.
I think he's from Pisa, very neighboring, close to.
Yeah. Yes,
So
Andrea.
I was surprised to visit Lucca because this is like our first city to promote our show. So it's
Yes,
amazing
no,
coincidence, right?
It's an incredible coincidence, by the way, because probably you didn't know when you created the season, but this year it's the 100-year anniversary from the Puccini's death. But moreover, the celebration is going to be on the 29th of September when this theater is going to change its name from Teatro. I'm not sure that I should entitle it to say, but this theater will be called the Theater Puccini. So thanks, Director Wang. You basically bring the best content to celebrate. And yesterday on this stage, from another big Japanese artist as Yoshitaka Amano, we unveiled the last promotion poster of Lucca Comics and Games that was, by the way, Turandot. Before he did Tosca and Butterfly. So there is many connection between your beloved Squid Game and the Lucca Comics and Games Festival. So, okay, as we did some other time, after 4 or 5 questions, I'm going to hand the ball to the press. So be ready, guys, in the audience. And this is my last question for Director Wang, but also for JJ and Mr. Wee. In Squid Game, we see many different social dilemmas, okay, that you could also define existential dilemma represented in the show. So what human being is willing to do to earn money, or the conflict between greed and humanity. Or again, adults risking their life while playing children game and much more. So, Director Wang, what can you tell us about it? So both from the point of view of the creator and also from the point of view of the actors that has to interpret these big social dilemmas.
오징어 게임은 지금 현대의 자본주의 사회가 보여주고 있는 무한 경쟁 체제와 그 속에서 양산되는 빈부의 격차, 그리고 수많은 패배자들, 경쟁에서 낙오된 사람들이 처한 현실을 게임이라는 어떤 비유를 통해서 보여주고자 한 작품입니다. 그래서 제가 뭐 이 작품으로 어떤 여러분들께 어떤 이 사회에 대해 해답을 던지려는 어떤 목적보다는 한번 지금 우리가 어떤 사회에 살고 있는지, 그리고 우리가 점점 어떤 세상을 향해 나아가고 있는지, 그것을 우리가 멈출 방법은 없는지라는 것들을 한번 다 같이 생각해 볼 수 있는 그런 기회가 됐으면 하는 바람에서 이 작품을 만들었고요. 시즌 2에서도 마찬가지로 비슷한 질문들을 던지고 있습니다. 그래서 뭐 제 작품으로 감히 해답을 드릴 수는 없지만 이 작품을 통해서 우리가 주변의 약자들을 돌보지 않고 이대로 방치한다면 그 약자들이 계속해서 늘어날 거고, 그것을 통해 오히려 그들을 통해서 무언가를 얻었던 이 사회의 지배자들도 더 이상 안전한 사회에 살 수 없게 될 것이라는 이야기를 한번 나눠봤으면 좋겠다는 생각을 가지고 있습니다.
Squid Game is a series that through which I hoped to show how the current contemporary capitalist society and its limitless competition and the competitive system has led to an exacerbated wealth gap, as well as created numerous numbers of so-called losers of the game. And I wanted to show that side and hold a mirror to the current society that we live in through Squid Game. Now, that is not to say that I am trying to give you an answer through our series. However, having said that, I do hope that the series can provide an opportunity for the viewers out there to maybe reflect on the current society and ask ourselves, what kind of society are we living in? What kind of world is the future world going to be like? And is there any way we can put a stop to it? And these themes are continue to be explored in season 2 as well. It is not to say that I dare try to answer these questions. However, I do hope that there will be room for meaningful discussion to take place after season 2.
Okay.
Sorry, and also to add that if we neglect the weak that have been created through this current system, those that have benefited from the labor or having the classes of the weak will no longer be able to live status quo. So I hope that these will be meaningful questions we can ask ourselves.
Thanks to again probably such a big TV show with many perspective of many different layers. It's something that made the show successful. But I would like also to ask from the perspective of the actors that has to represent this social dilemma. So what does it really mean to tackle such existential dilemma from the perspective of an actors? JJ and then Mr. Wee.
글쎄요, 저희가 사회를 같이 공존하면서 살면서 더 나은 방향으로 나가기 위해서 많이 노력들을 해야 되고, 그리고 또 바뀌어야 될 것들도 많이 있습니다. 그러기 위해서는 서로가 존중을 하고 또 약자를 돕고 또 힘을 합쳐야만 하는 어떤 그런 기본적인 마음이 제일 중요하다고 생각하고요. 그런 중요한 마음을 저희 쇼에서 많이 다루고 있습니다. 매 화마다 사연이 다른 캐릭터들이 등장을 하면서 그 사람들을 어떻게 도왔으면 우리가 좀 더 함께 잘 살 수 있을까, 이런 모습들도 많이 담겨 있고요. 그리고 또 그런 안타까운 사연을 가지고 있는 사람들을 또 응원하면서 게임을 지켜볼 수 있는 또 그런 기회도 되고요. 저는 그래서 모두가 다 이 쇼를 보시면서 저희가 말씀드리고 싶은 진정한 메시지를 잘 느끼셨으면 합니다.
As we live together among ourselves in today's society, I do believe that we need to put in a lot of efforts for us to live a better world. And in order to do that, I think the most important things we have to keep in mind is mutual respect, also taking care of and looking after the weak, and putting our hands, going hand in hand and collaborating with one another. And these themes are very important things that penetrate the themes of Squid Game. With each episode, you'll be able to meet characters with different backstories where it'll get you to think, how can we be of help to them in order to live together as citizens? And also you will find yourself rooting for these characters and wanting to really understand them and relate to them. And so I hope that all of the audiences out there, after watching our series, will get to resonate with and relate to these themes that are being explored.
Thanks, JJ. It's a very amazing answer, and your player 456, it's all about respect. It's all about mutual support. It's all about, despite of the complicated situation, trying to create a bond, a true, genuine bond with the other people. So yes, I think that. By the way, I think that at the very end, I will have some other questions, but I want to leave the stage to our friends. I think that in some ways, Squid Game, it's a TV show more about hope than about the brutal society, because at the very end, there is still hope. So thanks, Director One, and thanks to JJ for telling such a big story. So again, thanks. And Mr. Wee, so your character, so what do you think about these represented social dilemmas from the perspective of Jun-ho that you played in such a wonderful way?
우선 우리 오징어 게임이 이러한 사회적 문제와 사회적 딜레마를 잘 표현함으로써 또 전 세계 많은 분들께서 공감을 사고 또 질문을 던짐으로써 이제 보신 분들께서 현세를 살아가고 있는 이 세상과 우리 사회에 대해서 한 번 더 생각하게끔 해줬다고 생각하고요. 또 배우로서 오징어 게임에서 연기한다는 것은 그냥 단순히 캐릭터만 연구하는 것이 아니라 또 인간의 내면 깊은 본성을 또 연구하고 또 탐구하는 그런 과정이었고요. 또 최악의 상황에 놓인 이 사람들의 딜레마를 잘 표현해냄에 있어서 뭐 인간성, 인간의 탐욕, 이기심, 존엄성 등을 또한 느낄 수 있었고 그러한 부분들을 보시는 분들께 표현하고자 했었습니다.
Squid Game, by portraying and expressing the current social dilemmas that we face today, I believe that was how it won the hearts of so many people around the world. And by asking very important questions that needed to be asked, I think that the audiences, after watching the show, were allowed an opportunity to really reflect on today's society and think once again about these important issues. As an actor, being a part of Squid Game and playing a role in this series was not just about bringing a character to life, but it was also about the process of researching and studying and exploring what it means to be human and human nature. And by portraying the emotions and mindsets of these people who are driven to the rock bottom of their lives, I was able to truly feel the concepts of human greed, selfishness, and also human dignity in the way as well.
Wow. I think it should have been a privilege to work in such a beautiful TV show together with Director One, raising the questions and finding the answers deep in yourself. So thanks for sharing such beautiful statements and memories of your work. But okay, it's time to hand off the ball to the audience. So please, in the room we have our wonderful team that can bring to you the microphone. Please, as far as we are worldwide streamed, globally streamed, I ask you to be as clear as possible as short, despite being Italian, by the way, as possible. And please tell your last name and the name of your magazine, newspaper, or outlet. So it's time for the press. So please raise your hand, and the Netflix team is going to you. Okay?
Thank you very much, Ilaria Ravarino, for Il Messaggero Daily News. Let's talk a bit more about the new season, since you are here, and thank you very much for that. So my question is, will we have new locations, new room, new games in the new season, or will we see again the same places we had before? Can you tell us more about the new setting of the challenge? Thank you.
Thank you, Ilaria.
That's for me, right? Okay. 먼저 항상 요즘 오징어 게임에 관한 질문을 받으면 되게 이렇게 사회적이고 심각한 그 질문들을 많이 받게 되는데 이 쇼는 그렇게까지 또 심각한 쇼는 아닙니다. 누구나 쉽게 즐길 수 있고 볼 수 있는 진짜 펀한 쇼이기 때문에 그걸 먼저 제일 다시 한번 말씀드리고 싶고요. 자꾸 이 심각한 얘기를 하다 보면 이 작품이 엄청나게 어렵고 심각한 작품처럼 느껴질까봐 드리는 말씀입니다. 예.
I first want to start off by saying that recently when I get questions asked about Squid Game, I get a lot of very heavy, complex questions. And I just want to say, first of all, that our series is not that heavy or that serious of a show. It is a show that can be a fun watch for anybody who wants to watch it. So I just want to say, because I think when we dive too much into those darker themes, it may feel like it's going to be a difficult show to watch, but that's not the case. So I first want to start off by saying that.
세컨 시즌에서는 기운이 다시 그 게임을 하는 섬으로 돌아가기 때문에 여러분들이 시즌 1에서 보셨던 익숙한 장소들, 그 456명이 모여서 하는 그 숙소라든가 그 많이 보셨던 그 알록달록한 모양의 계단, 그리고 게임장 같은 곳들을 시즌 1에서 보셨던 곳들을 다시 보실 수 있습니다. 하지만 그전과는 다른 어떤 새로운 요소들이 그 안에 추가되어서 익숙하지만 조금은 다른, 조금은 신선한 그런 느낌을 받으실 수 있을 거고요. 또한 그 시즌 2에 등장하는 게임들은 이미 보셨던 게임도 있지만 또 새로운 많은 게임들이 등장하기 때문에 전혀 다른 느낌의 더 크고 웅장하고 더 아름다운 그 게임이 펼쳐지는 공간들을 세트로 아마 시즌 2에서 보시게 될 겁니다. 그래서 그 부분 많이 기대해 주셔도 좋을 것 같습니다.
In season 2, you will see the character Ki-hoon return to the island where the games are played. And so because he's returning, you will get to see some of the more familiar places that you've already seen in season 1. For example, the dormitory set or the stairway with those very vivid colors, and also the space where these games are played. However, unlike before, there are definitely a lot of new elements that we've added. So when you watch season 2, it's going to feel familiar, yet very refreshing. And the games that you'll see in season 2 as well, some might be some that you've already met, but most of them are going to be very new games where the scale has gotten greater, it's going to be more intriguing, and also played against a more beautiful backdrop. So I hope all of you will look forward to watching that.
Thank you. Thank you, Director Wang.
I think we will open the teaser trailer today, so you'll get the glimpse of it in the trailer. Okay.
Yes, at the theater, at the movie theater Moderno, there will be another meeting in which we are going to release the new final trailer. So we will have more information about the settings and the inspiring vision of Squid Games. That, by the way, it's a very exciting TV show, and it's a lot of intriguing stuff, and there is also a lot of fun. So please, another question from the press.
Yes. Hello. Hi. My name is Nick Vivarelli. I'm a reporter for Variety. Over here. Over here.
Oh.
Hi. Okay. Right here. Hi. I hope you will forgive me. This is not a question specifically about season 2, but I'm very curious because since it's been reported that there is probably going to be a U.S. adaptation of Squid Game, possibly to be directed by David Fincher. And I just wanted to ask you what your thoughts are about that and whether you think the show could work in a different cultural context. Thank you.
Is that the question for me or?
Yes, for you.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that the article from Deadline, I believe. But I don't think it's official yet, so I cannot tell much about that issue. But I mean, as a filmmaker and creator, I respect Dave Fincher. I loved his works. So if he does make a remake or a spin-off of Squid Game of his own, as a fan, I'll look forward to it. I mean, yeah, I think he'll make a great spin-off or something. So, I'm just curious, what he's going to make based on Squid Game. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, thanks, Director Wang. By the way, it's not that common. You are the creator of Squid Games, but you are not jealous about your creature. You want to share, and so it's a very nice attitude.
No, it's like a expanding of my universe. So
Yes.
it's still mine.
Is there? Right. You are really a great word builder, and this is a fantastic attitude. So third question from the audience.
Best movie Italy. So I think it's not a coincidence that two of the most important stories about capitalism and social dilemmas from the last years are from South Korea, and I'm talking about Parasite, the movie, and of course Squid Game. So I was wondering if there is something going on in South Korea that sparkles this trend from the author such yourself.
The question is for all of them.
Yes, actually.
Okay, so please, Director Wang or
for me
JJ
again.
or Mr. Wee, you can tell your perspective about your country and your.
글쎄요. 한국은 제 생각에는 한국 전쟁 이후로 50년에서 53년까지 한국 전쟁이 있었던 이후로 전쟁의 폐허 속에서 한 4, 50년 사이에 정말 전 세계 10위 안에 드는 경제 부국으로 급속도로 성장을 한 나라입니다. 그래서 제 생각에는 그 안에서 그렇게 빠른 성장을 위해서 많은 것들을 희생했고 엄청난 노력을 했고 그리고 그 고도 성장을 이루기 위해서 또 많은 혼란과 갈등을 겪었던 나라라고 생각을 합니다. 그래서 비록 부유한 나라가 되긴 했지만 그 안에서 저희가 다른 서구 유럽처럼 충분히 100년, 200년에 걸친 시간을 통해서 자본주의를 성숙시켰던 유럽이나 서구에 비해서 한국의 자본주의는 조금 더 취약한 구조를 가지고 있다고 생각을 하고요. 그 안에서 지금 그런 어떤 우리가 차마 돌보지 못했던 제대로 성숙시키지 못했던 부분들이 한 50여 년이 지나서 지금 경제 대국이 된 지금 돌출되는 부분들이 많이 있다고 생각을 해요, 사회에서. 그래서 그 안에서 많은 경험을 한 그 크리에이터들이 최근 노벨상을 받은 한강 작가도 그렇고요. 그런 부분에 주목을 해서 한국 사회의 어떤 아픈 지점, 모순된 지점들을 작품으로 내놓는 시기가 최근이었던 것 같고요. 또 마침 플랫폼의 등장이라든가 서구가 이제 또 다른 나라 문화들에 대해서 관심을 가지고 있는 시기와 맞물려서 요즘 한국 컨텐츠들이 많이 각광을 받고 또 한국 컨텐츠들이 다루고 있는 주제에 대해서 다른 나라에서도 많이 관심을 가지게 된 시기가 이렇게 맞물리게 된 것 같습니다.
I think that in Korea, when you look at modern Korean history, since the Korean War, which took place from 1950 to 1953, to rise from the ashes of war, we took only about 4 to 5 decades for us to grow from the ashes of war, pick ourselves up, and grow into one of the strongest economies in the world. And in order to achieve that, we had to go through many sacrifices, put in numerous efforts, and also experienced a great deal of chaos, confusion, and conflict. And I believe that while Korea has become a very rich country, in the process, when you look at the capitalist society in Korea compared to that of Europe, where you took about a century or 2 centuries to mature your capitalist system, I believe that the Korean capitalist system is a little bit more vulnerable. And in that vulnerable system, those that we have neglected, those that we have failed to take care of, are now becoming certain issues that have now been exposed to the world. And including, there are many creators in Korea, including the recent Nobel Prize winner, writer Han Gang, where they have took all of those pains, those hurtfulness, and the contradiction of the rapidly growing Korean society, and created that into their own creative works. And on top of that, I think we now live in an era where there are more creative platforms that allow for these creative works to reach many audiences around the world. And so I think those things married together have led to the current popularity and a lot of global focus on Korean content.
Thank you. Thank you, Director Wan, especially because this year in the ranking between the most influencing country from the perspective of the soft power, the cultural power, South Korea, it's one of the rising star in this kind of ranking, not only for movie or TV show, but also for video games, Korean pop music, of course, and by the way, Korean comics. And if I can add a bit of context, here in Lucca we are celebrating the Korean webtoon because really in Korea there is a very important situation from a cultural perspective, and Korea is renovating the world of entertainment in a very wide perspective. But I was curious to know if JJ or Mr. Wee want to add something from the perspective of being Korean actors so famous and so well renowned. So what do you think about this Korean wave in some way?
사실 한국의 뭐 K-팝, K-컨텐츠, 뭐 K-컨텐츠라고 하면 뭐 또 K-팝, 뭐 K-드라마, K-영화, 뭐 K-웹툰, 뭐 많이 이제 요즘 들어서 전 세계에서 이제 인기와 어떤 그런 그 응원을 많이 받고 있는 것이 저희 입장으로서는 너무 반가운 일이고, 그리고 또 어떻게 보면은 너무 감사한 일이지만은 여기서 조금 더 고민을 더 해서 더 완성도 있는 그런 영화나 드라마를 만들어야 되겠다라는 그런 개인적인 생각을 하고 있습니다. 그런데 제가 되게 재미난 현상을 느끼게 됐는데, K-팝이 한참 인기였을 때는 한국에 한번 가보고 싶다라는 말을 제가 잘 많이 못 들었어요. 외국에 나갔을 때. 그런데 K-드라마와 K-영화가 해외에서 인기가 있으면서 제가 가장 많이 듣는 이야기가, 너네 한국에 한번 가보고 싶다. 그래서 그 드라마에서 나왔었던 음식을 꼭 먹어보고 싶고, 그 드라마에 나왔었던 그 장소를 한번 꼭 가보고 싶다라는 말씀을 들었을 때 너무 반가웠습니다.
A lot of the Korean content, as we call it, which include K-pop, K-drama, films, Korean webtoons, and all of those cultural products, the fact that the entire world shows so much love and support for them as part of that industry, I feel that it's extremely grateful and such a wonderful thing to see. However, I think on a personal note, I feel like we should even push ourselves even harder, and I have personal hopes in wanting to create even greater quality films and content for all of you. And what was really interesting is, I believe back when K-pop was all the rage, I didn't hear that many people tell me from when I was visiting different countries that they wanted to come visit Korea. But I think with the growing popularity of Korean films and series, whenever I go overseas, I hear so many people come up to me and tell me they want to visit Korea, to come and experience the food and the places that they see in these media content. So that makes me very happy.
Oh. Yes, of course. And about so Squid Game is a wonderful ambassador of all of this, and so it's a great statement, Director Wang's statement. Korea right now it's a great creative platforms. So what does it mean for you, Mr. Wee, to be part of this incredible creative platform?
배우로서 너무나도 굉장히 자랑스럽고요. 또 앞으로 또 한국의 K 컨텐츠, K-팝, 뭐 우리 한국의 음식 그리고 한국의 문화 이야기가 또 저는 배우로서 작품을 통해서 많은 분들께 공감을 사고 또 즐거움을 드릴 수 있는 연기를 통해서 다시 한번 글로벌 전 세계 많은 분들께 더더욱 더 한국을 알릴 수 있는 그런 배우가 되길 바라고 있습니다.
As an actor, it makes me immensely proud to be a part of that. And going forward, I hope that through all of my work, plus all of the Korean content, including K-pop, K-food, Korean culture and stories, I hope that by being a part of it as a performer and actor, I can contribute to sharing more of Korea to the people around the world by allowing for people to relate to these stories and bringing them a lot of great entertainment.
Thank you. And you know, here we are in this theater, a place for the culture. We are also to celebrate not only the next season, but also the huge success of this series that made history. By the way, 6 Emmy Awards, including Best Director for Director 1 and Best Actor for JJ. I think it means a lot for the Korean scene. My friend, the time is almost over, so I think that there is room for at least another question from the press, and then our panel, our press conference is going to end. So, team, okay, here we are.
Bazzoler Marlen per Screen Week. I want to ask a question to the director. And I want to know what does he think about the reality of Squid Game? If he thinks that it's paradox doing a reality about this show.
Oh, you're talking about the reality show of the Squid Game. 그 질문도 많이 받았는데요, 지금. 그 넷플릭스에서 스퀴드 게임에 기반한 리얼리티 쇼를 만들었고, 저도 그 중에 한두 에피소드 정도를 봤습니다. 그래서 실제로 뭐 참가한 참가자들이 그 안에서 그 스퀴드 게임에 나왔던 게임을 하고, 그 중에서도 이제 달고나 게임을 하면서 그걸 뽑기 위해서 그 뽑기를 엄청나게 핥는 모습을 보면서 되게 약간 초현실적인 느낌을 좀 받았는데요. 그렇게 질문하시는 분들이 계세요. 그런 쇼가 만들어지는 게 돈을 위한 그 리얼리티 쇼가 스퀴드 게임으로 만들어지는 게 스퀴드 게임이 가지고 있는 메시지를 희석시키는 것이 아니냐라는 질문을 하시는 분들이 있는데, 글쎄요, 스퀴드 게임 이 시리즈 자체도 사실 엄연한 의미로 이게 누군가를 계몽시키거나 어떤 프로파간다를 위해서 만들어진 것이 아니라, 이것도 마찬가지로 자본주의를 비판하는 내용을 담고 있긴 하지만 자본주의 사회에서 한 상품으로 나온 것이고, 저는 그 상품을 팔려고 이 작품을 만든 것이고, 넷플릭스는 그 마찬가지로 이 상품을 팔려고 여기에 투자를 한 것입니다. 그래서 이것에 이 엄청나게 크게 성공한 이 IP에 기반한 다른 쇼들이 나오는 것에 대해서 뭐 그것이 이 작품의 메시지를 희석시킨다라고 생각하지는 않고요. 스퀴드 게임에서 말하는 자본주의 세상이란 것은 바로 그런 곳이거든요. 모든 것을 상품화시키고 모든 것을 물질화시키는 곳. 그래서 그 작품들이 나오는 것은 어떻게 보면 스퀴드 게임이 보여주는 자본주의 세상을 그대로 다시 재생산하는 모습이라고 생각을 합니다. 그래서 그 메시지를 약화시키는 것이 아니라 있는 그대로 또 드러내는, 그 메시지를 드러내는 모습이라고 생각을 해요.
You know, I get asked this question quite a lot. Netflix made a reality show based on the universe of Squid Game, and I actually watched 1 or 2 episodes of the reality show. To see these real-life participants coming into the game and playing these games, especially when they played 달고나, the honeycomb game, watching the players actually lick the 달고나 piece really hard, that felt quite surreal to watch. And some people ask me, does it dilute the message of Squid Game to have a show based off of Squid Game be created by Netflix for a cash prize? And I don't know, because when you look at Squid Game, the series, it's not something that I created to enlighten, and it's not a piece of propaganda either. While it deals with the theme of criticizing the capitalist system, it is still a product that is created in a capitalist society. I created the product to sell it, and Netflix invested in the product to sell it as well. And so I think that it is only natural for Netflix to take their most successful IP and create other spin-off products based on it. And I do not think that at all dilutes the message in any way. I think that when you think about it, the world depicted in Squid Game is in fact the exact world that you see, where everything is commoditized, everything is created to create or generate profit. So I believe that rather than diluting the message, the fact that a reality show was created based off of that built universe actually exposes the true message of it all.
Thank you, Director Wang. I think that this your last statement, this last statement of yours, it's a perfect ending for this meeting. I would like to ask you some hints about the new games, but it's okay, it's okay. Italian fans are playing red light, green light in St. Michael's Square. So the time is really over. The meeting has been great, surprising. We dive deep into the meaningful TV show, into his meetings, and we have some tips about the next season. So what I have to say, I want to remember all of you that Squid Game 2 will be on Netflix globally from December the 26th, and that the third final season will be issued in 25. So, again, we will meet you in a few minutes in Piazza San Michele for the Squid Game fans gathering. Follow the guards outside of the theater. You will find them at the exit of the theater. We prepared, I think, a couple of nice surprises with Netflix. But before experiences altogether this, I want to thank you, all the fans that are here, all the journalists that are here with us, all the guests that followed us on YouTube and on Twitch all over the world. But moreover, let me thank you very much to Director Wang, to JJ and Mr. Wei. We can't really expect to see your amazing show. Thanks for being with us. Please come back to Lucca. This place is your place, and we could talk about even more about comics, whatever, and TV shows. So again, thanks you, Lucca. Please cheers our amazing talents. Again, Director Wang, JJ, Mr. Wei, Squid Game 2. Let's see in St. Michael's Square. Thanks, everybody.